The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, looking good, Billy Ray, feeling good, Lewis. We're going to take a look at the euro to start off with, folks. We've been short this for quite some time, and today's the day. If you like to see patterns, this is the one we're looking at. So this is where you cover your euro if you're going to be doing it. This is what I suggest. I'm not going long in here, but I am going to be covering the short. So those of you that belong to the 24/7 service, you know what to do here. So I haven't been able to get it out because I've been swamped this morning with all this activity we're having. We got very close, folks, to the price objective in the gold. We were looking for 1873. We got down to 1881. I believe you should be going long gold and silver today if you like one of those. I mean, I talked to a couple of coin dealers over the weekend, and they literally don't have any silver rounds. They haven't had them for weeks. So there's a backwardation going on. Spot silver is just really hard to get. I don't know if it's going to stay that way or not, but all I know is we've been waiting for this number in the gold for a long time. So, you just got to shake it off, do your best and go for it. Now, I'm going to post a chart here. I'm going to go back into time just a little bit because back in September of 2018, we were doing a 3-day seminar in London with Tom Hugard and Dr. David Paul. And on that Sunday, before we did the live trading on Monday, there was a drone hit in Saudi Arabia, and crude oil gapped up $9 a barrel all the way up to $78 a barrel that day. And there were two people in the room that were short, and we did the work, and I said, look, this is a 3 drive to a top pattern, folks. You don't have to risk 50 cents from this level, because if we get much above 77, I said this is probably going to be wrong. And the market went all the way down to be unchanged on the day, and then went back up and almost made a new high, and then backed off. And then you can see it went from 77 all the way down to 46, and then of course you can see the rest is history. But you'll notice that 3 drive to a pattern that we're seeing here in this market is really quite interesting. So if we take a look at what we have going on now in the crude oil, we're seeing almost exactly the same thing. And let's just get this little puppy up here. Where is it? Shut the front door and raise her in. It's got to be here somewhere, and I think this might be it. Nope. That's the other one. Hold on. We've got so many of them happening that it's just quite interesting to see where it is. Anyway, if you have the 20, there it is. I think it is. Here we go. We'll get this up here, and we did hit. Let's just get this up here so we can take a quick look at it. Now, this is what's interesting here, folks. You'll see there's a 3 drive to a top pattern there in the crude oil as of Friday, and of course the news last night shot it up another $2 a barrel. And so what we try to do is to not try to pick a top. You don't have to. So one of the things I sent out last night, early in the morning, hold on, just get ready for it. We'll put it up here. You'll see here that this is the 4-minute on the crude oil. You see we had the big ABCD up there at the top at 67.98 per barrel. The market broke all the way down to 67.32 and then made a perfect 382 ABCD pattern at 67.59, and that's where you wanted to put the short on. And the high was 67.62, and we just went down, and it's broken over $2 a barrel since that time. So that trade is now completed, and we're just waiting to see what the next thing is going to be. This is why you don't have to try to catch a falling knife when you're in these really big moves. But to stop and think that this is some September 13th of 2018 with drones and 3 drive to a top pattern, and then 3 drive to a top pattern here with drones again, is really quite amazing in my opinion. There is a A big pattern here in silver, folks, that has held this morning. Let's just get this up here. We also reiterated that one. We rallied all the way up to 2670 last night and came all the way back down to the 61% retracement again. That level is held. And that's it. No, Terry, I'm not going long oil here. This is a big 3 drive pattern. I would be preferred to be selling the oil at any particular time. Now, I have to do something here, folks. If you'll just bear with me here 1 second, I'll chat with you the best I can. So I have to do a couple of quick things. One is I have to check my old price charts here to see where we are, to see if we're going to get this up and running. Yeah, I think we're going to be okay. Just bear with me. I'm putting in an order here, so hold on just a second. I've got to just get a second here. Hold on here. Let me see. So, hold on just a minute, boys and girls. Can't be helped. Okay. Okay. Now, let's move on to the next question that someone brought to our attention over the weekend. Hold on just a second here. And, folks, these bonds are smoking and joking now. They've really come into their own now, the bonds. And now we're having a really nice move in stocks also, which is nice. So we've got to keep all those things into perspective as we look at some of this. We got the gold trading at 1692. We've got an order still setting there, folks, at 1674. The low's been 1681. Hasn't quite happened yet, but we're getting ready to take a very quick look at that one. So now let's move on to one other one that is very interesting here. Just give me 1 second. There's just a lot of things happening, folks. We had this big move in the stock market last night. We went all the way up to the 78% level at 38.66. Then we went all the way back down. We broke the 38 handle. We dropped 62 handles, and now we're coming back again. So we're having tremendous volatility. So get used to it, folks. This is something that you're going to see more and more of. That's for sure. One of the other trades that worked out extremely well last night was the trade that we posted on the copper long before it ever happened. We were setting down at the you can see where we were Friday, and we thought we could get up to that 135 pattern at 417, and boy, we hit that one spot on. We dropped 15 cents in copper. Mr. Z, how do you regular show format, so nothing other than speak out loud trades you make? I don't understand. How after regular show format, see nothing other than speak out loud trades you make in real time between 9:07 inquiring minds. Why I don't do that? Well, yeah, because I'll screw it up, Mr. Z. I can't walk and chew gum at the same time half the time, so I've got to do one thing at a time. And also, the 24/7 people, they pay good money for what they're doing, and I think that we should keep those trades to those that subscribe to them. So that's why I do it. I post a trade occasionally in here in the room, that, and that's the best I can do, but I can't do it every time. First of all, when I'm trying to do so much at once in this 1 hour, it's really difficult. It's a totally different ball game. So those are just a few of the things that I'm working on each day here. 877-927-6648. If you have any questions, please give them a call.
Golden ratios give shape to everything in our world, represented in the Fibonacci sequence. These special numbers define the patterns that make up our universe. Not even markets can escape the omnipotence of these ratios. Larry Pesavento is a 45-year market veteran who has published nearly a dozen books on the powerful patterns we find in nature and their relationships with the ever-elusive markets. Larry's newsletter, Fibonacci 24/7, will teach you to harness the power of these natural golden ratios in order to create successful trades. Fibonacci 24/7 is designed to teach the tools you need to identify and act on these undeniable and reoccurring patterns. Sign up for Larry's newsletter, Fibonacci 24/7, and you will also receive free access to his trading webinar, Trading Strong Trending Markets. Try out Larry's newsletter risk-free. All of TFNN's newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today.
Hey there, I'm Andy Arbertine with Tiger Precious Metals and Stones. Whether you're looking to buy and sell precious metals or trying to find the perfect diamond ring, I'm here to help. I have over 15 years of experience with diamonds and precious metals. You can call me directly at 727-329-8245, and I will personally answer any questions you have and help you find exactly what you're looking for. I will be your personal concierge in the metal and stone business. Give me a call today, 727-329-8245.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Okay, folks, I believe I posted a chart of the Nasdaq. I think I did. Nope, I don't think I did. Just give me a second. I wanted to get this up here to explain something that's happened today because I believe it's very important. And we'll see what's going on here. Here is the chart of the Nasdaq. As I'm going to do two of them so you can see them a little differently. This is the one that I was watching on Friday. If you'll notice, we have the big ABCD pattern that measured down to 12,197. The low was 12,000, right on the money, 12,097. I mean, to the exact tick. The key part of this description here is if you look at on the 25th of March, where the sea leg is of the Thunderbolt, you'll see the red Thunderbolt there. That's the sea leg. You'll notice that it is higher than the one on May the 2nd. That's why you have to take your measurement from there, and that gives you the exact low and the rally back. We shouldn't get any higher than 12,860 in the Nasdaq, and so far the high has been 12,840. Now, these markets are very, very volatile. Remember the old saying, any market that can take 100 points away from you can give you 100 points. So you've got to be very careful, and you have to use stops in these markets. If you don't, you're looking at something that's going to get you in some really big trouble, and because volatility is going to be increasing and more each day, so you've got to be prepared for it. You can see the VIX is trading above 25 almost all the time now. That's probably going to be for quite some time because volatility is increasing. We got a lot of new players coming in, whether they're Reddit, Fredit, Deadit, or whatever they are. They're out there and they're moving markets, and that's important. Now, here is the NASDAQ. Looking at it a little bit differently. If this is the same chart and everything, only I expanded it out a little bit, you'll notice the NASDAQ here that on the 25th of February, we had the left shoulder, then we had the right shoulder on the 22nd. That's that same pattern. What you're looking at here was the bottom of that ABCD. We have these huge moves. This thing, you can see it move 4%. in just a very, very short period of time. And then it's last night, what it did, it was down 200 and up 400. Look at the swings that it's having, folks. And these are, every time it moves 100 points, that's $2,000. So you've got to be very careful in here to pay attention to this, because it's really, it's a big deal. Hey, from my opinion, it's a big deal. So we'll do one thing at a time. So those are a couple of things that I've been watching that I think are relatively important. Also, those of you that are in the grain trade, we've got a big grain trade stuff coming up here this week, especially on, I believe, on Friday. We got a report tomorrow. We got another one on Friday, but we have an interesting pattern here now in the May soybeans. You'll see we're trading at about about 14.50 right now, 25 cents higher up there. You're going to have a lot of numbers that should give it a lot of resistance. You can see the ABCD structure taking you there to 14.72. You've got a 3 drive to a top pattern coming in at 14.75. And so that's it. When you've got patterns like that, your risk is only about 10 cents. And that's our $500, and so that's why we keep an eye on those, because it's not frugal to try to pick a top, folks, or a bottom when you have a 3 drive to a bottom pattern, because you have so many numbers coming together to tell you whether you're right or wrong. Because if it gets much above, 14.80, if your target's 14.75, you give it a nickel, $250, and you can become a farmer, and that makes it, pretty nice, pretty easy to do that. Oh, by the way, folks, I did have my shot yesterday. The vaccination went well. The needle was so small you didn't even know you got hit with it. So the next one comes in at the end of the month. But big crowds. It was drive-through, just like didn't have to get out of your car or anything. Just walked in, and they did everything very professional. There must have been close to 50 or 100 volunteer workers there at the University Medical Center, and they did it right in the middle of the quad in front of the university. So it was very easy to get it done. So maybe this will help get our nation back to normal. That's the idea, is what we want to be doing, is getting back to normal the best we can. All right, now I have one of the questions that someone's asked is to put that chart up that showed the Andrews pitchfork lines. I wanted to get those up here. You'll be able to see, yes, we had to wait 15 minutes after the thing. They write on your windshield what your numbers are for Sarah and I, and then at the end they wash your windows for you and everything. They give you a couple bottles of water, and you have to wait for 15 minutes. And if you're not having any trouble, you go home, and it seemed to be pretty easy. But they had beds there if people got sick and stuff, or nauseous, whatever it happened to be. But everything went really easy. It certainly wasn't painful in any stretch of the imagination. So hopefully it'll help a lot of different people. But this is this monthly chart going back, ending here in January the 20th. This is when we were looking at this price target between 39.20 and 39.40. It had 39.52 print, I believe, or 39.56 print. Then we went all the way down to 37. And what we were doing is, what we had on Friday was, again, standing right at 1 standard deviation. And that's what was happening with the Nasdaq. When it was down there, right where it was, right when it got ready to turn, making the new lows on the day, it was setting exactly at 1 standard deviation. And that's where the option players are playing, folks, because if it goes beyond 1 standard deviation, they have to start coming in and covering their positions, and that makes it, a really big thing to watch. And so I think it's important to, pay very, very close attention to that, and we'll be able to see what's happening. By the way, programming this week, we do have Norm Winsky is going to be on the 11th. I'm trying to get a new guest, Jerome. Hold on one second. Jerome Bressert, the son of Walt Bressert of Hal Commodity Cycles. I'm trying to get him here on Wednesday, the 10th. He's now living here in Tucson, so hopefully we'll be able to get him, if not this week, maybe next week. So we'll be looking around. But just remember, folks, the volatility we're seeing in everything, all the commodities, all the stocks, this is indicative of what we've got to deal with now. So you've got to be able to prepare yourself to see what's going on. Now, let's talk just a little bit about the bond market, because the bond market is trying to make, a stand here. Here's where we are here in the bonds. We'll probably take a little bit more to talk about this because it's something that's extremely important. You'll notice here in the bond market that we are looking at you can see all the yields up, yields down, and everything like that. Here's what's important with all this gibberish that's on here, folks. And I'm not saying that this is from Arthur Hill. He's a pretty smart dude. Look at the bottom part of the graph where the correlation coefficient is, and in blue typing it says the correlation coefficient is all over the place. And that's all you really need to know. That bonds go up sometimes and stocks go up sometimes. Sometimes they go together, sometimes they don't. There's no really good coefficient to really look to handle it. So that's why it's important. You can look what bonds are going up today and stocks are going up. So, they sometimes they go down, but we've hit a major point there in the in this thing. We talked about it. I'll bring it up again to let you folks take a look at it. You'll see that we're spot on. Something is very important. So we'll be right back. 877-927-6648.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. The printing presses are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The U.S. deficit has risen 200% in 1 year with no end in sight. The markets are looking for an additional stimulus bill to get us through this once-in-a-generation pandemic. There is no free lunch, folks. The more stimulus dollars put into the marketplace, the less your dollar is worth each and every day. This is the time to protect yourself with a portion of your portfolio in the metal market. The Gold Report comes out each Monday morning. I bisect and dissect the dollar, silver, gold, the XAU, and the HUI. The Gold Report is a long-term hedge against the dilution of your buying power. The U.S. has put more than $6 trillion into the marketplace in the last 6 months, with more expected in the next few months. The market did and does need the stimulus, but it will have long-term implications on our buying power. The Gold Report comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to TFNN.com and order the Gold Report now. Protect your buying power. Order the Gold Report now.
You could be making money off the stock market. And if you're already making money off the stock market, you could be making a lot more. Check out TFNN and Tiger TV and get expert investing advice to give you the power to control your financial future. Go to TFNN.com and find the newsletter for you. Whether you're into trading gold, metals, futures, currencies, or options, you'll get advice and analysis to help you seriously get ahead. TFNN also features trading services with a 30-day money-back guarantee for new subscribers, as well as TFNN's Tiger Den trading room, trading software, and educational webinars for all trading levels. And make sure you check out Tiger TV for free on TFNN.com or TFNN's YouTube channel for live financial content from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern on market days. Stop watching on the sidelines while other people get rich and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Okay, folks, I'm back, and we are taking a look at the long-term Treasury bond weekly chart, you can see, folks, this is a monster Gartley pattern. We went right down to the level where it should have stopped is 155. We're now trading at 157 as a handle. And it's very important that we don't go below that 155 now, because if we did that, that would be quite nasty. I've posted the TLT chart so many times. You should have it by memory. We hit that number exactly spot on the TLT, and it so far has held. So that's pretty much it. The previous chart that I showed about that correlation coefficient basically says that stocks and bonds go in different directions. That's pretty much, what we're paying very, very close attention to. So I think it's part of what we're watching here is that it has to be, pretty much spot on at what we're waiting to see. Now, folks, let's take a quick look here at the switch over to the gold market, because this is where we really want to be playing today. You'll notice here that the 38% level we're looking at here comes in at 1886 here on this particular chart, but this is not this is a continuation chart. So the April is a little different. The April number comes in at 1673. The low today was 1681. To me, we're trading 1690 right now. That's close enough for government work, folks. I think we should be buying gold today. And if you're not going to be buying the regular futures, you just go and buy the GLD. I think that would give you a pretty good chance to get in the market, and you'll be able to see. If we go, we got Mr. Z coming on the line. Mr. Z is in the house. John, how are you?
I'm very well. Thanks for taking the call. You sound very chipper today.
Oh, yes.
And
yes,
before I ask my question, please finish the thought. You were just talking about your gold and silver.
Well, the gold, we were waiting all along. We felt that the thing that would probably give us the best indication that the market was going to be bottoming, of course, was the GDX, the gold silver miner index, and that hit that bottom, and it's held that within 10 cents. I mean, you're talking about a monthly chart, and it's strong today, so that tells us that market has probably bottomed, and so we want to get ready to get in the gold market today. So that's my 2 cents worth. So
very good. Thanks on that. I wanted to ask you to assist me following up on soybeans.
Yes.
You showed the May soybean contract. You shared your thoughts there. I wanted to ask if you might post up the new crop bean contract, the November contract. If you're in the process of doing that, I'd just share a thought, namely on these old crop beans. The soybeans that are currently trading, $14.37. The crop grown last summer, harvested last fall. At this point in time, here we are, early March. The exports have been huge, and in fact, it's something like close to 90% of what China bought from the U.S., and, of course, China is the United States' biggest soybean customer. 90% of what they've bought has already been shipped out. I think most of it, some of it gets shipped out of New Orleans through the Panama, and a bunch of it also gets shipped out of the Columbia River Gorge there in Oregon. Anyway, given that so much of the crop has been either consumed or exported out of country already, we're left with a situation with these May beans and then the July in a couple of months just fluctuating based upon domestic suppliers needing to buy beans that they can't find and paying up, or saying, no, I'm not going to pay up and I'm going to ship some beans in from Brazil. Anyway, so we've got high volatility, and that brings us up to date on these old crop beans. I'll just make a confession. I pretty much have wound down my trading of those old crop beans, given how many beans have, as I say, been exported away and already consumed, and now focusing upon the new crop contract with planting season coming up literally just within weeks down in the south, and then progressing rapidly into May. So I'm holding those November beans. They're at $12.50. That's a full $1.80, $1.90 under the old crop contract. And I'm wondering if your chart work suggests anything that you trade off of right up here at this $12.50 area.
Well, yeah, if you just take a look at the chart I posted up here, we're within about 16 cents of the 1.618 expansion up there, and I think you can see the ABCD patterns. I mean, it's, I trade the patterns, John. I don't know too much about the fundamentals. In fact, there can't be any fundamentals for the next year's crop because it hasn't been planted yet, but it will be soon because we're into March already. But I think they're pretty near a pretty big top up in this area. We're seeing a little bit of divergence between wheat and corn, but we got these big reports. We got the world report coming in, I believe, tomorrow, and then we got another one on Friday, as I recall. So we've got some explosive reports that could change this. Our ideas of where the market's going, of course, but I'm just looking at a price level of $12.73. That's only 16 cents from where we are right now. 26 cents where we are right now. So one good day, and you could be there either today or tomorrow or one day during these stops. But that's going to be major resistance up there from just looking at all these numbers. I mean, they're just it's lit up like a little Christmas tree at $12.73 in November 2021 beans, in my opinion.
Yeah, that is very cool. Let's say we get up there in the coming days, and you put on a short. I'm looking at your chart. Thanks for putting that up. I see a swing high back that was maybe January 15th. That was right at the $12 mark. If you got the chance to short it up there at the 1274 area, that ABCD pattern and the Fib 1618 expansion mark, say you got a short there and say it pulled back, just given this chart pattern that you're displaying here, Larry, would the idea come to you to actually cover the short if we got down near 12, that prior swing high?
Oh, sure.
Well, go long, that sort of thing.
Oh, absolutely. Because then you've got $3,500 in the thing, and you're sitting in tall cotton, so you can do a lot of things when you got a big profit. You've seen this from the way you do things. You can scale in and out of those things real easily. But you give me $3,500 profit in something, I can trade the heck out of that puppy.
There you go.
You don't always get it, but when you do get it, it's pretty good. So it's the main thing. Hey, thanks for joining us, John. I really appreciate your comments, and we'll talk to you maybe this week after reports. Okay.
Thanks so much.
Okay. Thank you.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today. Will the S&P 500 continue to climb? For bold trades on U.S. large-cap stocks in either direction, trade SPXL, SPUU, or SPXS. Directions Daily S&P 500 Bull and Bear Leveraged ETFs. Direction leveraged ETFs. An investor should carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risks, charges, and expenses before investing. A fund's prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a fund's prospectus and summary prospectus, call 866-476-7523 or visit directioninvestments.com. A fund's prospectus and summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
The Bull Bear Trading Hour with Tom and Tommy O'Brien. Next.
Okay, we're back, folks, and we want to do one thing here, and that is the stock market starting to pick up steam again. We're back up to 38.54, approaching that 38.60 level that we've seen several times. Dow Jones is up quite a bit again, up at 31,675, smoking and joking. And got the Nasdaq moving strong, so we got these markets moving pretty good. Crude oil is still down on the day, but in the midst of a little tiny minor rally where we are here right now. The bonds are been up, but they're selling off a little bit, so not too much excitement as we look at things. We're going to see great volatility here, folks, so just be very patient here because it's going to be quite interesting to see these things unfold. It does make for an interesting market for sure. Okay, now hold on one second. Well, the beans have actually sold off a little bit today. I don't think we're going to get to that pattern, but we're getting pretty close anyway. Oh, we're almost at 13,700 in the Dow Jones. Last night, folks, we got up to 13,705 early, and then we went all the way down to 13,300. We dropped 400 points. Now we're up 400, down 400. It just seems like it does it at will whenever it wants to do it. So you've got to use stops, folks, because if you don't, you're going to be really at a big disadvantage on these things because they certainly they can certainly take more money away from you because of not using stops the way you should. So remember that. That's very, very important. Now, we're just now making the 382 retracement in the Nasdaq that we talked about just a little while ago. That number comes in at 26,070, and there we're 26,073 right now. So that is should be a tiny bit of resistance there, but the way things are going, usually it's not nearly as much as you might think that it is. So just keep in mind that these markets will run a long way at times, and you've got to stand in. You can't stand in front of it because it'll just really, really bang you up, and you don't want to have that to happen to you for sure. Okay, now let's. Someone asked a question about the hogs, folks. The hogs have reached some major support in here. I'll bring up the chart for you. They've gone through a pretty good correction in here. We'll get the April hogs up so you'll be able to see them. We're I wanted to talk about the cattle because cattle are a major support there at $1.19, but we've got strong support there in the April hogs at the 382 at 85. And they've not given any of it back, folks. This has been a really, really bullish market, And we should look at the cattle, too, because we had someone else ask about the cattle via email this morning, and I wanted to bring it up because it's very, very important support here in the cattle here at the 118 level. Again, these are all related to, you can see the big ABCD pattern that topped up there at the 126. Now we come down, major support there at the 118. Going below 117 would say these cattle are in some deep trouble. Those of you that like beef, that do any shopping at all, you can see that when you go to the market now, I mean, they're just literally, the price of meat is literally going through the roof, which makes Mr. Gates very happy because he wants everybody to eat the synthetic beef. And I'll bet you the fact that he has prime rib on his table more than he has synthetic beef, that's my 2 cents worth. Now, one other one is very, very important to some major support here today. We tagged it by just a little bit, but we still might hold up, and that is natural gas. We're looking at that 266 level. I think we've been right around 265 the last time I checked it early this morning. So that's really important support today in the natural gas. So those are just a couple of them that we really need to, to pay close attention to. So those are just a few of the ones we're looking at today. So that's an important thing, that when you're looking at everything, you got to find a few things that work, and those are the ones that you want to put your handle on and make sure that they do work, because you can only bet on the ones that win, because the ones that lose you have no control over. Get out of them, move on to something else, and that's it. That's what this pattern recognition stuff is all about, folks. It's about risk control. You find the ones that you think are going to work, you put them on. Some are going to work, some of them aren't, and that's where you make the difference. That's it. Now, a little earlier this morning, I told everyone to be covering the euro. Let me get this back up here again here. This isn't a, hold on here. Yeah, that's Warren Buffett's rule. Is rule number one is don't take losing trades, and rule number two is don't violate rule number one. So that's the main thing. But this is a completed pattern in the euro, folks. I mean, you're talking from 122 down to 118. That's a big move, and that's where it should be completed. And if you want to really defy human nature and do the work yourself, count the number of bars. This is a 4-hour chart, so each bar is 4 hours. Count the number of bars in the AB leg, count the number of bars in the CD leg, and voila. Guess what happens? It's going to come right up to that low that came in today. So this is what we did. We do this over the weekend, folks. Every day, every weekend, I publish the 24/7 newsletter with these charts in it. All you have to do is go and look, and they're there. Well, all I can tell you, well, most of you folks are doing a good job. So I'm really happy the way things have started to unfold here at TFNN. We got some great people there at TFNN, Mr. Z and all the other folks that are in there, plus the people that are on there, David White, Basil Chapman, Steve Rhodes, the two O'Briens. I mean, I probably missed somebody, but those guys are really give you some great information. One of the questions that someone asked me over the weekend was about the cryptocurrencies, folks. All I can tell you is that the price objective on the Bitcoin is 67,000. I don't know if it's a bubble or whatever. All I know is just looking at the chart, that's where it's probably going to go. We're at 50,500 or something today, and one or two more big banks come in, and you could be at that 67,000 level. And I don't know what 67,000 means. I don't, I've never held, touched, or felt, or even smelled a Bitcoin, so I don't know what those things actually mean. So we got to remember that these things do move a great deal, and you've got to be able to decide, when you want to buy and when you want to sell. So those are that's the important thing of what we're going to be looking at. Remember, we have Norm Winsky as our guest here on the 11th. And hopefully, I have a special guest. I'm trying to get Jerome Bresser, like I mentioned, on the 10th. But if I can't get Jerome, I'll have somebody else to come in and take a look at it. Tomorrow, hopefully, we're going to have Rich Anderson and Simon Only, if we can get the two of them together to talk about the grain markets. We've got a big grain report, and we had a really nice trade today in the in the corn that worked out pretty good. So anyway, these are a few of the things that we're paying attention to here this morning. So we need to pay very, very close. Oh, by the way, I've just been reminded that today is Women's Day. It's followed by 364 days of Women's Day. Each day after today is Women's Day. Sarah just alerted me to that fact. Today's the start of it, and they keep going until this time next year when we start a new Women's Day, followed by 364 Women's Days in a row once again. Did I get that right, dear? Yep, she's shaking her head. She says it's okay. 877-927-6648.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Markets can rise and fall like the tides. Subscribe to Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, and you too can ride the wave. Basil Chapman is an authority in technical analysis. His Chapman Wave trading system has been helping traders identify trends and capitalize on momentum in the markets since 1984. TFNN invites you to test Basil's proprietary Chapman Wave trading methodology with a monthly subscription to the Opening Call newsletter for only $149. Your subscription to the Opening Call comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, as well as daily market updates on key indexes, stocks, and commodities. Ride the wave! Sign up for the Opening Call risk-free today.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, just $89, exclusively at TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Okay, we're back, folks, and just for clarification, we have a grain report on Tuesday, a grain report again on Friday. You can check with the CME to see what they are, but they're pretty big ones. I'm trying to get Rich Anderson tomorrow to go through it, and we'll move on to that one here later on. Remember, the bonds hit that major 61% retracement on the weekly. That also was shown in the TLT with the second largest volume ever on that day. So it's important those bonds stay above 155. Anything below 155 is extremely bearish, and we should get a rally between 155 all the way up to 158 to 159 just to relieve some of the negativity that we have going on in the bond market, because this market's gotten beaten up very, very badly, and it doesn't have many friends. But right now, that'll change as we go through here. Now, we were looking at this potential top here in the soybeans. They've sold off quite a bit from last night. I don't know. This pattern is still valid because a sell-off early in the morning could be related to a whole lot of different things. This one happens to be related to a weather market, but that's neither here nor there. So you can't follow all the fundamentals and that stuff, folks. That's why, being a technician gives you a better idea of what we're looking at. We do have a pretty good indication now that the crude oil has broken more than $3 a barrel from its high. That filled the gap, went through the gap like it didn't exist, and now you want to be watching to see what the retracements are going to be when you're taking a look at the crude oil. So we got as low as 65.55. That is 3 handles lower than where we were in the middle of the night when the market gapped up with the drones hitting the Saudi Arabia production area, I guess is what it was. But again, this is the same thing that happened in September the 13th. And the market was up $9. This time it was only up $2.50, so it wasn't even up as much when it had the last grain thing going on too. So the key thing to watch today is the gold. The 382 retracement on the long term is 1673. See you on the flip side. Live every day in an attitude of gratitude, and may God bless.